Call of Duty points are now in Infinite Warfare. If you want the best way to get free Call of Duty points, click the link down in the description, install the app, and start getting yourself some free Call of Duty points today. Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin and welcome back to another Call of Duty Infinite Warfare video. Today's video, there has been another update. I know there was just a huge update where they threw in a bunch of new camos and a bunch of new guns. Today's update is more of a patch update where they didn't add anything new, but they changed a bunch of guns, and this is something we've been waiting for. We've been waiting for SMGs to get a buff. They did in today's game. They changed the snipers a little bit. They changed a bunch of stuff, so you guys should 100% stick around. I'll cover everything in today's video, and I happen to actually be awake this time when the update came out, so I'm making the video right away for you guys. So, you know, smash that like button if you guys are a real one. Let's go for 2,000 likes, and let's get right into it. Today's update is pretty bulky, or the patch notes, and we'll cover everything. So, first thing is a new playlist update is live for Infinite Warfare, and they've added in an epic gun game playlist, which is basically just gun game with epic variants on the guns. It's something they've had in other Call of Duty games, and that's basically all it is. You know, it's a more fun gun game, I guess you could say, because you get to test out different epic guns and all that sort of stuff. Next thing is double XP was activated. They didn't give us any warning of this, but double XP is literally just live right now until Monday. They didn't really hype up this double XP weekend at all, or not even really. They did nothing about this. They just threw it in the game today, which is pretty cool because double XP, along with those Mark II weapons they threw in, because those Mark II weapons, while a lot of people like to hate on them, they do give you plus 15% XP. So on double XP, so with those things, you get like, what, 115 XP? Now, double XP, you're going to be getting double that, so I'm guessing you're getting like 230% XP with those things. And imagine if you have the Mark II of the Vault Corruption. I think you're getting 270% XP if you have that gun. I mean, probably only a couple of people have that thing. But double XP weekend, this weekend, if you guys want to get your levels up, there's the 100% chance. Another update is the map Grounded. That map was taken out. I do like that map for Ground War. I think that's a really fun map. For 6v6, I think it's kind of like a bigger, more lame map. But that map was added back into the game. They did take that one out for a few weeks, I think, because of there was a glitch where people would just get under the rock at B Domination, just kill everyone from under the map and get nukes and stuff. So they took it out, but they put that back in. Now, as far as the actual updates we have to the game, I'll show you guys, or I'll talk to you guys about the more important stuff right away, and let's get straight into some of the weapon changes. So, these are the most important things. Now, weapon changes, they weren't very specific this time, but they do tell us what's getting buffed. So, SMGs, increased hip aim assist range to 800 inches, increased ADS to aim assist range to 1400 inches. Now, the thing about this is we don't know what they started at. So, you know, we don't know how many inches they started at. So we don't really know how big of a buff this is. But it's increased basically the aim assist. The amount of aim assist you get, you're actually going to be getting aim assist at a longer range while hip firing SMGs. And also while aiming down sights and on all SMGs. As well as with the FHR-40 and the RPR Evo, increased ADS aim assist range to 1200 inches. So I'm guessing those two have a little bit lower of aim assist range because they're made for more close range, because it says SMGs increased to 1400 inches, but then FHR and RPR is only 1200 inches, and I think that's because those SMGs are designed for close range. And if we look at this one here, the next one is MACTAV-45, which is the UMP-45, increased ADS aim assist range to 1500 inches. So a buff to the MACTAV-45, which is kind of crazy because I think that's one of the best guns in the game. Definitely SMGs were underpowered, and this buff should make the SMGs a lot better, but buffing the UMP-45, which is already probably one of the best SMGs in the game, pretty ballsy, and I'm definitely going to be playing with that gun a lot. Next is for shotguns. They increased the hip and ADS aim assist range to 600 inches, matching the max damage range. So shotguns, you will have aim assist at any range where you can actually hit the enemies at. So if you're getting aim assist, you know you can actually hit the enemies and get a hit marker, and that was basically a buff to the SMGs and to the shotguns with this update, which I think is really good because assault rifles were running this game, and we'll have to see if this makes a difference. Next thing we have is we have some more updates here. I wrote down that, you know, there's a bunch of bug fixes and stuff like that in every single patch notes, but I wrote down the really important ones. There's a slight increase in the black hole radius. I think that's kind of overpowered. I already hate that thing. thing. They increased the micro turret health, ammo, and fire rate, which I never really use that combat rig or that payload with their micro turret, but now that it's got a buff, it might be overpowered. It might be something that's worth testing out. They made some changes to the infected game mode. Infected game mode now does not affect your KD ratio at all, so you don't have to worry about dying over in that, because apparently they say it doesn't affect your KD ratio. I would, test it out to make sure, because you never know with these things, but that's what they say for infected. Also in infected, the boost jump is slower to recharge, so it's hard to get away from people. And I think they also added some new kits, some new like weapon combos you can use if you're trying to kill the infected in infected. I'm not sure about that. One thing they also added in this update is you can now change mission teams in the lobby, which is good, because a really annoying thing was you'd have to, if you had a really good lobby but you wanted to change your mission team, you'd have to back out all the way to the main menu. Now you can just change your mission team in the lobby, which is 100% good. And this one is going to make some people happy and some people mad. A slight increase to quick draw speed with the snipers. This was like hidden in the middle of all of the patch notes, and I'm glad I caught this. So basically, snipers quick scoping is going to be better now if you're running quick draw, which I think every single sniper runs quick draw, because I mean, why wouldn't you? It seems like it's the best attachment in the game, and especially on snipers where you're gonna need to quick scope in Call of Duty. So I don't know how big of an update that is, but that's something for there, as well as for CWL. So for competitive Call of Duty, there were some changes to competitive Call of Duty. They removed the payload delay at the start of the round. Active camo duration has been reduced from 10 seconds to 5 seconds. Reactive armor duration reduced from 9 to 6 seconds. Bull charge reduced from 6.5 to 5 seconds. Reactive armor slightly lowered, as well as those were essentially the thing. Removed kill streak spawn protection. So just some changes to how the payloads work in. Remember, these are for competitive only. So those ones I just mentioned for the payloads, that is competitive only. So unless you're playing, CWL rules, that will not affect you. But all of these other changes, all the gun changes, everything is in public matches right now. And those are all sorts of changes. Now, another thing Infinity Ward said is because they were getting some flack for their new update. And I talked about that in another video, which I haven't yet put out live. I've been grinding videos. I literally have videos ready to go on deck. But another thing they said here is they said that there was a lot of the community feedback behind how they threw out 100 new camos. A lot of those camos were just emblems stretched out onto the gun. So that was a pretty lazy way of doing that big update. And what they said is they'll be updating the camo quality in their January 31st update alongside when the DLC drops. So I don't know why they would throw out these camos and then one day later, I think it's like 1 or 2 days later, say, oh yeah, by the way, we're going to update these camos. If they weren't ready in the first place, why did you throw 100 camos out? That doesn't seem like you needed 100 for that update. You could have just thrown in 20 camos or 30 camos and then saved these for later updates. So they kind of released an unfinished product, which we all know about the leaderboards and the combat records unfinished product. So that's it, but the camos are going to be updated on January 31st. Honestly, I haven't really gotten many of these new camos, so I really don't know the problem with it. But hopefully these camos are going to be super dope, as well as when their DLC drops. They said January 31st. So it's kind of weird how they're going to be updating that, as well as when they updated or throw the map pack in, which basically leads me to believe maybe something extra is coming with this map pack, some new variants, some new weapons. I mean, I remember back in the days where if you had the season pass, you would, when they came out with these map packs, you would actually get the new weapons for free. And I don't think that would ever happen these days. I mean, Call of Duty is a bit too much of a sellout for that to happen these days. But, even if just once, with them putting everything in supply drops, even when they give us something for free, like the Hailstorm Thunder, or they give us those free variants for Christmas, it feels good to get some stuff for free for actually being rewarded for playing the game. Because one thing with this game is, like, what's the point of grinding for, a solar camo, black sky, diamond camo? Diamond is pretty sick in solar as well. But, like, grinding for black sky camo and gold camo, when the camos you get from supply drops and the camos you get from mission teams and everything, or the camos you just get for free for literally buying the exclusive edition or whatever, the $100 edition, those camos are better than ones that you would have to grind 160 headshots on every gun for, which sort of, I wish they went back to the days somehow where, like in Black Ops 3, I think they did it perfect, where Black Ops 3 had some really dope camos out of supply drops, but you ain't getting dark matter out of a supply drop. If you want want that dark matter, you got to work your ass off. And I wish, you know, they update black sky and make that camo. It should look exactly like dark matter, to be honest, or maybe like a pink matter, because that camo, dark matter, was dope. It outclassed all the supply drop ones, when in this game it seems like all the supply drop camos outrank all of the ones that you can actually earn in game. But hope you guys did enjoy today's update. Smash that like button if you guys are a real one. 2,000 likes would be the goal. That'd be absolutely awesome if you could hit that. Subscribe. Click that sub button if you guys are new to the channel. And subscribe for Cookie and Not Lookie. And I'm out. Peace.